welcome back to my channel. Today I have another indie spotlight to share with you guys. So if you didn't see the first one, this is basically just the second one in this series that I just began doing. Basically what we're going to be talking about is indie brands. Today's brand we are talking about is called Luxe Beauty. I do have this palette to share with you from their collection. It's the Fantasy palette. It has 6 powders in here, but before we get into the actual palette review, I did start doing these indie spotlights specifically just to kind of raise awareness. Let's raise some awareness. To raise awareness about some indie brands that are out there that you guys might not have heard about. I feel like previous to starting this series, I honestly did not know about very many indie brands, and I'd like to try more brands and become a little bit more knowledgeable with indie brands, and I'd like to expand my collection to include more indie type products. So I think that this is a really fun series. I'm enjoying learning about some new companies, and I hope you guys are enjoying this series as well. Next, I am going to be talking about Chrisanna and Cosmetics. That's going to be the next one, but if you guys have suggestions on other brands you would like to see me review in future indie spotlights, please leave those comments down below. Also, I did want to welcome you if you are new to my channel. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video today. I really do appreciate all your guys' support, and if you wanted to join our little family here on YouTube, just click that subscribe button down below, and you can also hit the bell if you want to be notified about future content as soon as it gets posted. So let's go ahead and jump into this review because you guys, I don't know if I've ever been excited as this to share a review with you guys. I was blown away the first time I saw this palette in person. Like online it looks beautiful and I'm like, oh yeah, that looks pretty. I saw swatches and I'm like, yeah, that seems like a nice palette. When I first touched these powders and first saw this palette in person, I was like speechless, you guys. It is stunning. Everything from this palette is so beautiful and all of the powders are gorgeous. I am going to be doing swatches as well as a demo on how I created this eye look using this palette. That is going to be at the end of the video, but you guys know how I like to do my reviews. I always just like to tell you what I thought of it first, because that's what I care about. When I watch a review, I'm like, I don't care about all the swatches, I don't care about all that, I just want to know, did you like it? So that's what I always start with, so hopefully you guys don't mind. But these are insane. They are the best foiled formula I have ever tried, you guys. If you like a shimmery foiled look, this is a must-have palette. Now, it is a retail price of $42, but today is Cyber Monday. If you are able to watch this video today and get onto her website right away, you can get it for $30 today. There is a restriction of just one palette though, because I obviously already own this, but I jumped on there today and I wanted to buy 2, one for my daughter for Christmas and one for my mother for Christmas, but I could only buy one, so they're gonna have to fight over it. But this palette is so incredible, you guys. So if you do like shimmer, I think you need to have this in your collection. Now, the only people I don't think this palette is for is someone who likes all matte products, because there is no matte in here. It is all very foiled, very metallic, and there's some glitter in here as well. But the nice thing about this palette is you can use it for your face and eyes. So I have been using these 2 powders in particular quite a lot as highlighters. I do have this one on today on my cheeks along with another product, but you'll see that at the end of the video. So I do have this on today. I like using these as highlighters, but this one has been like one of my favorite eyeshadows to look at that, you guys. I barely touched that. This has been one of my favorite eyeshadows to wear. Most recently I've been wearing it a lot, and you guys saw it in a video recently. Oh, I did have this particular eyeshadow on in my home decor haul that I recently shared with you guys, so I will link that above in case you want to check out that look as well. But I can't stop wearing it, you guys. I cannot stop wearing these powders. Look at those. And I mean, it's so incredibly pigmented that I get that gorgeous one swipe swatch, but it's also still on my finger. I could swatch it like 5 times. Look at that. I mean, it's just insane. Like, I have never come across another formula that I could do that with, where I barely touched it and I could get that much impact from one little swatch. So I find these to be extremely easy to work with. You get that very foil, very metallic, very like intense color immediately. Like the color payoff on these is so good. For the price, 6 powders for $30, that's insanely good price. I love being able to support a small business as well. And then it is cruelty free. There's just so many good things about this particular palette. I cannot say enough good things about it. Honestly, I feel like everybody needs this palette. This is one of those palettes, if you like makeup and you like shimmer, you need this palette. I just think it's just gorgeous. And then of course the packaging, you have a mermaid riding a shimmery unicorn, and then on the inside I think this is really beautiful as well. It has this holographic writing on the inside that says you are incredibly beautiful, and it just catches the light in such a beautiful way. The only thing I would say about this is although I do think this is really pretty, it would have been nice to have a mirror in there, but honestly I have mirrors on a lot of products. I don't necessarily, it's not a make or break for me. So I just think that this is fantastic. It is just a fantastic palette. You need it. You need this in your life, you guys. You need this in your life. I don't say that very often about products, but this is one that I will say you should have this palette. So I will link it down below. If you are able to manage to see this video today, which is Monday the 27th, jump online right away and get it before it sells out, because $30 is a great price. Even $42 is a great price for this, but if you can get it for the $30 price, definitely jump on it. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into some swatches now. So all of these powders do have names. I'm going to start with the top row, and then we'll do the bottom row second. Okay, so here are the swatches for the top row. So the first one, this one here is called What Mermaids Are Made Of. And as you can see, it definitely has a bluish shift to it. That middle one there is that very glittery foiled gold. You guys, this is like a must-have for the holiday season, I feel like. That one is called Shooting Star. And then the one on the bottom there, that very purpley tone, that one is called What Unicorns Are Made Of. And as you can see, it's very purple. In the pan, it has a kind of a swirled effect. So depending on how you swirl it, it is going to look a little bit different. But I usually find that it is quite purple. So just look at these. They're so beautiful. I will tell you, these powders do stain a little bit, and the glitter, it is kind of difficult to get off, but so worth it. All right, and then here are the last 3 swatches. So that top one, as you can see, it has that really beautiful pink shift to it. So it kind of almost looks like a frosty white until it catches the light, and then it has that beautiful pink shift. It definitely reminds me of the Alchemist palette from Kat Von D, that shade in the bottom shade that you're seeing. That first one is called Spark. And then in the center there is the shade Illusion. That is what is on the center of my eyes today. It is by far my favorite thing in this palette, because purple is my favorite color, and I just think I've never seen a more reflective and beautiful purple than that before. I just think it's stunning. And then the bottom shade there, that one is called Trip, and it definitely has a more of a bluish purple shift to it. It's not catching the light very well right here, but it is definitely got a little bit of a purpley blue shift. Okay guys, so those are the swatches, and then I am going to be showing you the demo of how I created this eye look using this palette next, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Okay, so as I mentioned, we are using this fantasy palette from Luxe Beauty. She calls these the drenched powders. Because everything in here is very shimmery, I'm going to be using another palette to supplement this. So I did create the other day a look using mostly these shadows, and then I just took like a mid-tone matte brown in the crease, but it turned out very springtime because they're very like holographic and lighter colors. So I think for today what I'm going to do is actually use the My Little Pony palette from Pure Cosmetics, because I want to use this shade right here, which is called Generosity. It is a kind of a pinkish brown tone, and it's matte. So I'm going to use that to put in my crease and my outer corner. So I'm just going to try to do a little bit more of a wearable look with this palette today. This palette is so richly pigmented and so foiled that, I don't know, it's just a really fun palette, but you do have to definitely pair it with other things if you want to use it on your eyes and if you want like a wearable look. By the way, I am using the Sephora Collection Featherweight brush, and because this has a little bit of a purpley pink to it, I think this is going to look really cool with that purple shade. All right, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And I should have let you guys know at the beginning, I did use a concealer on my eyelid today to prep my eyelid, as well as I did set it with just a translucent setting powder as well. So that is like the basic shape that I have down. Now what I'm gonna do is take a pencil brush, and I'm gonna take that same shade from the same palette, and I'm gonna run that on my lower lash line all the way across. I got super lucky today. There's actually sunshine today, so I don't have to set up my lighting to film, which is always nice. Saves me a good 10 minutes of setting up and taking down. But it can be a little bit harsh, so you're gonna see every little flaw on my face, so. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and start using some of the eyeshadow, or some of the powders now from this palette. So I am going to use this color in the middle here. I freaking love this color, you guys. You're gonna see in a second. It is stunning, so vibrant and beautiful. That I'm going to, I need the mirror from this one. That I'm gonna go ahead and just pop right on the center of my eyelid, using my finger, because it definitely applies much more vibrant and pigmented when you apply it with a finger. And then I am going to blend it out with a brush in a second, but I'm going to go ahead and apply it on both sides real quick. Pressing it on to really get that pigment on there, but you don't have to work too hard with this powder. Like, it just shows up, I don't know if you guys can see as I'm going, it just shows up crazy, crazy pigmented. And forewarning, this shade in particular does stain a little bit, so keep that in mind. It will stain your eye just slightly. All right, I'm gonna take that same shade that we started out with back on the same brush, and I'm gonna use that to soften it up a little bit. Really love these powders, you guys. I think they are so amazing for the price and everything. They're just incredible. I'd really like to get some more of them. Okay, so now that I have that all softened up, I'm gonna take this little e.l.f. eye definer brush, and we're gonna take this shade here, which is called Trip. So it is just down here. This one has kind of a bluish purple shift to it, and we're gonna put that on the inner corner of the eye. Oh my God, these colors. These are just crazy, you guys. And I am kind of using this brush to layer it just slightly, just to add a little dimension on that inner corner. I love these powders, you guys. These are so incredible. Okay, so I'm gonna get that really nice and saturated on that inner corner, and nice and bright. And then I'm gonna take this Real Techniques brush. This is the this is the number 203 from the Metals Collection, Bold Metals. And what I'm gonna do is take this, this is called Honesty. It's a darker matte brown. I'm gonna use that just a little bit on the outer corner just to add just a tiny bit of dimension. I'm not gonna put too much powder there, but just enough to deepen up that outer corner. And because it's layering over these more purple tones, it is gonna look a little cooler on my eye than it does in the pan, which is fine. That makes it kind of blend together better. That is how the eyeshadow turned out. Next, what I'm gonna do is apply some liners. For my lower lash line, I wanna use this it's kind of a purpley brown color. It's from Maybelline. It's in the shade Brandied Raisin. I'm gonna run that on my lower lash line. And then I'm going to do a winged liner today using my Physicians Formula Eye Booster. Okay, and then once I have the wing on, I'm gonna go ahead and apply my mascara. I'm not doing false lashes today. I barely ever do false lashes, as you guys know. So I'm just going to apply a good lash primer first to give me the falsies look. This is from Givenchy. It's their Base Perfecto primer. And then I'm gonna be using this mascara from Sephora Collection. This is the Lashcraft Big Volume. I've been really enjoying this combination of these two products. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply those real quick. Okay, so that is the finished eye look. As you guys can see, these powders are stunning. Now, I did already apply a highlight today because I completely forgot that this is obviously for both eyes and face, but I'm gonna go ahead and apply this one here, which is called Spark, just over the top of what I have on, just to add a little bit more color. Plus, the one that I'm wearing is a little bit more warmed, and this eyeshadow look is very cool tone, so I'm gonna apply a little bit of this over the top using my Sephora Collection Featherweight brush. You can definitely see the pink shift in this, but these highlighters are not for the faint of heart. They are very pigmented. So I would say if you don't like glittery highlights, you might want to use it just on your eyes, but I just find them stunning. All right, and then of course to finish it off, I do need to apply lipstick, so I'm going to be using this one here from YSL today. This is called the Volupte Tint Balm number 7. It's kind of a corally shade. Now this is very sheer. My lips have been really dry, so I wanted something more comfortable today and something a little more neutral since the eye looks a little fun. So yeah, oh, let's set it. I'm going to apply a setting spray too. This is from Gerard Cosmetics. This is the Slay All Day setting spray. I love the way this smells. This is the coconut one, by the way. Okay guys, so that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video today. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them down below. I'd be happy to answer those. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch this review today. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.